All right, good evening. Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. My name is Jim, and this is Sunday Night Charts, Sunday Night Live. Watch out, guys. Warning, whale manipulation going on in these charts. I'll show you what we're looking at. Don't forget, none of this is financial advice. Just going to start looking at the markets quickly tonight. Don't know if I'm going to have time for a lot of requests tonight. I'm pretty tired, but what I want to do is just go through what I'm seeing in Bitcoin. Ethereum. We might look at Litecoin and some other charts that we normally look at, but just want to kind of take a peek at the wave structure that I'm looking at. I am an Elliott wave trader. What that means is I look at wave structure and use that to at least help identify direction of trend and waves and where the price might be going on the short term and the long term trends. So with all that said, guys, glad you're here. Welcome. Hey, Ernest, what's up? And Chill Money, how are you doing? Let me know you guys can see and hear me, please. That'd be fantastic. Let me know if we got good audio and video. Usually the chat's a little bit more lively at the beginning, and it's not right now, so let me just see. Of course, sometimes I don't start on time, so anyway, that's a possibility. All good. All right. Hey, Rivers, how's it going, man? Bruce Leroy. I love it. I love that movie. What was that? What was that movie? It was like Shogun, or what was it? Yeah, he had the glow. Man, I forgot about that movie. I love it. What was it? The glow? The yellow and the red glow? Evil and good. Oh, man. Last Dragon. Thank you. Thanks. I gotta watch that again. That was an old '80s flick. Those were the days. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Hey there, some Chinese characters. I don't know what that is. Looks like a house. Looks like two houses next to each other. Yeah, Johnny, what's up? Doing well. Doing well. Well, don't be fooled, Chris, by this. This is just a sunroom edition that we. This was actually this house was repossessed when we bought it. It was owned by the bank, and we bought it at a good price. And it had this big sunroom on the back. It's super hot in the summer and cold in the winter. But it's pretty because we've got a nice sunset every night, and it's a nice place. And I hang out here. This is where I trade and sleep on that couch in the back behind me. So, hey there, Rob. Greetings in Puerto Rico, man. Good to see you, I guy. L man, K man. Hey, bud. Well, thanks for that compliment there. Hey, Seth. What's up? Perspective changer. Just saying hi to everybody. Glad you guys are with me. Appreciate it. You guys ready for some TA? I always struggle with titles, guys, because I like to be honest with my titles and don't want them to be clickbait. But I'm really honest when I say be careful here. Lots of manipulation happening. I'm going to show you some things that the whoever moves the market, AJ, whoever moves the market, I'm going to show you some stuff that they've done in the chart and some looks that they've given us, and then we're just going to talk about how we might go from here and what's possible, and see if Elliott can help us a little bit. It may or may not help. Elliott isn't always the most helpful thing. It's been helpful. We had a good trade yesterday. Really good trade yesterday. Elliott really helped, but right now, trying to discern after this wave that we got today, trying to discern what's going on. Yeah, we just started, Chris. So trying to discern what's going on now is we'll have to look and see. So, with that said, glad y'all are here. Crypto Fitter, what's up, man? Good to see you. And then SC Guitarist, nice. I always wanted to play the guitar. Glad you're here. I'm glad you're looking forward to the update. All right, with all of that said, Daniel, I don't think I recognize you, and Astro, I don't think I recognize you. So good evening and welcome. Glad y'all are all here. All right, let's jump into the chart. I'm going to ignore the chat for a little while, see if I can get you guys some, what do you call it? TA, yeah. And a glass of lemonade, sugar-free right there, and we'll get rocking. All right, what's going on with the chart? Shall we start with BTC? As always, let's do it. I've been watching the small time frames here and seeing what's going on, but let's look at the larger time frame. Now, I'll tell you what I've believed up to this point, and tell you why the current wave is causing a little bit of a thorn in my side. Okay, so what I've believed up to this point, if we take off the wave from yesterday and this particular wave, here's the way I've been thinking. This is an A, B, C, and it's a flat. When you pull the fibs, we've come up above the 1618, which, generally speaking, that's a bit of a large and extended flat, but they happen. Now, we've seen flats, and there are flats that go all the way to the 2618, which would take us here in this scenario to the 51.2 range, 51.1, 51.2 in that range. And that happens a lot. Okay, I mean, that can happen. I could take you back on the chart. Let me do so here. Let me duplicate this for a moment, change the time frame, go to the daily chart, show you guys where we had a flat. It was an expanded flat, and that thing went to the 2618. Right here, this is back in the October of 2019, at $3,000 move in one day. Now, back then, $3,000 move was like a big deal. Now we get a $3,000 move. I mean, that's significant, but we're not batting our eyelashes like we were. We were freaking out at that day. This one came up to the 2618, and this was an ABC expanded flat. Right there. So, expanded flats can get up to the 2618. Okay, we are at the 1618 here. Well, we've gone past it significantly, but I thought maybe with the wave structure that we had a strong possibility that this wave was over. Now, in Elliott, the C wave, when we have an ABC and a flat is counted as a 3, 3, 5, the C wave is always 5 waves. So when we look at this C wave, we want to see 5 finished waves. Well, just analyzing this wave all by itself, my count of this one has been up to this point 1, 2, 3. All of this is 4, and now we get in the 5th wave. And I thought the 5th wave was about finished. Now, if I pull the fibs like so, you can see we've haven't quite hit the 1-to-1. So we might be finishing here, guys. If BTC comes up and breaks the high, we might be finishing at the 1-to-1, about 48.7, about 48.7, which would be the bottom of these waves here. It's a good resistance point here. But I thought that we had a really good chance that this wave was finished. So, I had a pretty good count on it. On this 5th wave here, that 5th wave needed to be 5 waves, and so what we can do is look at just that 5th wave and say, do we see 5 waves in it? And I really liked the count that I saw. Let me show you the count that I saw there on 5 waves. So I like this count. 1, 2, okay, there's 3, there's 4, all right, and then that was a nice 5th wave, and that would have been 5 finished waves, a nice 5 wave impulsive look to this, and we had a real possibility that this was a 1-2, 1-2. It's not a 1-2, 1-2, but a 1-2, and then we were going to continue down for a 3rd wave. Well, unfortunately, that count is now over. So I was thinking this last night, something like that. Really looking forward to this to consolidate a little bit and then keep taking us down. This thing really stopped in the middle of nowhere, guys. There was no support, no price support. I mean, it had this little area right in there, but really not a whole lot of price support to speak about. So I'm really surprised that it stopped where it did as far as price is concerned. Now, it did stop at the 1-to-1 extension. Okay, so we nailed the short in our exchange in our Discord last night. We nailed that short, but look where it stopped. It stopped here at the 786, which it didn't even make it down here to the 1-to-1, which is that's why I was like, man, this thing's got more down. Especially the wave structure here in the small time frame here of the BTC. This even looks like it was a flat, and it was going to continue down. If I go to the small time frame here, Sorry, my family just came in. My son and my daughter just came in from playing, and you know how they come in. So, welcome to my home, everybody. All right. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was looking at this as a 1 and a 2 wave, and then this for continuation, and I was like, okay, yeah, this might be. We had a real likelihood for a 1-2 here because we had a nice flat right here. So I was expecting a down move here. But what we actually got, and this is really super interesting, we actually got a 3-wave move down. So we had a 3-wave move up as a flat. We got a 3-wave move down right here. Okay? And now what? Well, I mean, we get a 5-wave impulse to the upside. It's almost like it's a really big flat in and of itself on BTC in particular. And it looks like it's got a 5-wave shape right here with the 5th wave here, and a strong potential that this was the top of a flat and we come down. But the question becomes, what is that structure? If that is indeed a flat, is a corrective structure, what is that? It would lead me to conclude that this could have been 3 waves there. This is a 3-wave flat now, which came 90% back, and we could be getting a really fast 5-wave move, which would ultimately be a large flat in this wave. Now, if I look at that with you as a flat on the 1 hour, if that becomes, I know it looks like a bunch of gobbledygook. Let me get some of this off the screen here. Well, Astro, I just saw your last comment, and so yeah, man, I know how that feels. I know it's late there. I'm sorry about that. I like to do it after the daily open or the weekly open, and on Sunday nights when I'm kind of done for the day with worship and resting with my family and whatnot. So, of course, I've been at the charts most of the day today because of what's been going on. So anyway, I'm trying to clear my chart just a little bit. So I'm positing the notion here that this structure that we got today was the 5th wave, or excuse me, the C wave of a flat. Okay? And so if that's a C wave of a flat, then I've got 3 down. I've got another 3 up. Now what I'm expecting, and that 3 came up 90% of the previous 3, so that leads us to believe that we could have a larger flat coming down to the downside. Right there. So there's a possibility there, guys, where you got A, B, and maybe C down here to the downside. And that's a 3-wave move that is beginning something larger. Okay, now what that might do is this might be a 3-wave move here, guys. That's possible. And it might imply that BTC is actually on a larger. I would really like it if that happened, by the way. I would really, really be happy. And the reason I'd be happy about that is because it would give us a larger correction where we kind of know where we are in the wave. That if that kind of thing happened right there, a couple of things could be at play, and it would kind of clear up where we could be. So if this flat that I just drew for you plays out as a possibility, then we'd have a 3-wave down, most likely on the higher time frames, guys. This would allow the RSI to reset. Okay, this wave down would allow the RSI to come on down, and what that would do is create hidden bullish divergence right here on the 4-hour chart. Okay, what that would also ending diagonal. No, I wouldn't say ending diagonal. I'll answer that in just a minute though. But yeah, I'm not inclined to an ending. I don't see anything showing an ending diagonal here, but it's a good idea. It's something I have contemplated, but my quick answer to that is no. I'll try to show you in just a minute. Okay. And again, I'm gonna try to ignore the chat just a little bit so I can get the information to you as quickly and as cogently as possible. So let me take a little sip here. Yeah, Chris, I don't read Korean, unfortunately. I apologize. Anyway, so if this is a flat coming down here as an ABC. Oh, yeah, I'll check that out. Yeah, I'll check that out. But if that's a flat here, Um, yeah, Chris Banks, I tend to believe that. To be honest with you, I tend to totally believe that. In fact, I've been saying that today to my group. I got a bad feeling about it. Yeah, Chris, I'm right there with you, man. Christopher Banks, Christoph Banks, I'm kind of with you there. I don't know what. Oh, what's C volume? C volume and R volume. I don't know what those are. You have to explain that to me if you could. If that's an indicator, I know it's volume indicator, but what does C stand for and R stand for? I'd like to know what those stand for. Oh, gotcha. Hey, now, no private conversations there. We want to know what you're talking about, guys. All right. Anyway, after the ice maker stops. What? I know. My wife's like, we live here. Oh man, guys, I gotta ignore you. I keep going back to the chat, and I'm not getting the information out. So let me go back. No, no. Yeah, don't apologize, man. I was just playing around. All right. So what I'm thinking is, here's my thoughts. Okay. What are you thinking, Jim? Just spit it out. Just get it out. What is it? What is it? 5 hours later. Okay, so what I'm thinking is 20 hours later. All right. So BTC made a clear three up, three down, and now a five up. I'm not inclined to an ending diagonal here of C either. It looks just more like a straight impulse. 1 year later. Yeah. So that's a flat. If that's a flat, we got then this could be a three, and then a three, and then I'm looking for five waves down. Looking at that in the larger picture. Ugh. I'm having a hard time tonight. Looking at that in the larger picture, this could, let's look at the 4 hour. I'm with you there. Gotcha. Gotcha there. I'll check the daily in just a minute. Let me finish this idea. What this could do is bring out. Okay, here we go. Here it is. 10 hours later, the RSI comes down here. Okay, with this wave, with this really fast wave that could come down for a fifth wave here. Okay, so if this is a 3-3, we're expecting a fifth wave down. Okay, that's going to allow the RSI to reset here or to get oversold on the 4 hour chart, which is awesome. We'd probably have some kind of a break of structure to the upside and a continuation. In other words, this could be the moon boy count, guys, where we get a five wave down. And this gives us our moon boy count where we have another 1, 2 to the upside, and we're going, okay, and we're going big time. And this is just a relief wave, that's really going to allow us to just keep on going somewhat parabolically to the upside. So if we get a nice sized correction, that's 3 clear waves that resets the RSI bullishly on the 4 hour chart, I'm going to be a moon boy, guys. I'm actually going to take a long, but until then, I'm really having a hard time right now. With this being anything else other than a corrective wave. Okay, so I need to see a corrective wave, or I'm sorry, I didn't get my idea out. I'm looking at this as the end of maybe an ABC. Okay, now here is, so that's one idea, that if we get a flat here, it might be a symbol, it might be a sign here, a larger flat, especially if this comes down volatilely. Let me give you an idea of where I would expect it to come if this plays out, if this count plays out here, guys. So if we get, let me go to the 1 hour chart and give you a target here. if we get a move down to anywhere between 45K and 43K, which I really like, okay, because there's two points of support now, right? One right here, so 45.3, and then the bottom of this wave right here at 43.7, okay? So if this wave comes on down in a very fast manner over the next day or so, kind of quick and impulsing to the downside, number one, I'd be super happy right now because I'm short, number one. And number two, it would give really a good sense on the 4-hour chart that this thing could finally come down, reset the RSI, give me nice bullish divergence here, and then we'd be ready for another moon boy shot. And I'd be very happy about that. I'd be very happy about another moon boy shot. Why not? When there's a clear signal to go long, I'll go long and hold that sucker for a little while. So anyway, there's a possibility. So there's possible count number one on the small time frame. Guys, dealing with small time frame stuff right now. Guys, I spent a lot of time on large time frame stuff last week, and I'll do some review here before it's over. But anyway, just talking about this current move as we speak right now. So be careful that this doesn't just come down on you fairly quickly down as a larger flat here. So I really like this count. I'm a big fan of it. Big fan of that count right there. ABC down somewhere to 43 to 45K, and then maybe, just maybe, another moonshot after that. Okay, get up there at about 51K. I'd really like that. Now, that would take us up to, by the way, that would take us up to the 2618 of the larger flat. Now, let me talk about another count here. Let's talk about another count. Another possibility is that this could be the A wave, okay? The A wave of a larger, more complex wave. In other words, the A wave or the W wave. So if we get a W wave, that's 3 waves to the downside, and then we get 3 waves up, an X wave pulling back, and then a larger wave. So that would be a WX, and that X may take a lot longer to play out, but we get a W, then an X, and then a Y wave. If we get something like that, what that would be on the 4-hour time frame is a possible, just possible here, a W wave here. That's 3 waves flat. We get an X, and then we get another Y wave. Now that this X wave, hey guys, could y'all throw the silverware into the sink a little bit more loudly, please, so everybody in the world can hear it? Yeah, come here, guys. Meet Grace. Come here, Grace. The Ching Chang Chung Grace. Okay, who threw the silverware. I'm gonna turn the. This is Samuel. He is my. He loves to eat ice cream and spam my channel. So it's my 9-year-old Samuel. All right, get out of here, dude. Come on, Grace. Let me embarrass you in front of everybody. In front of the 85 people that are watching my channel. Get out of here. Go now. All right. All right. Let's keep rocking. So yeah, this could become part of a larger 3-wave move to the downside. This could become, and that 3-wave move could be fitting within a larger 3-wave move. So we have a lot of time, to be honest with you guys. Got a lot of time for this to play out. A lot of time for this to play out. So this could get even more complex. This 3-wave move right here could get even more complex, where I mean, and this is where it becomes futile to really think about everything it could be. It becomes a little bit confusing to people, so I tend to shy away. But this could be some larger. This could be like a 3 waves of a larger piece of a correction there. So anyway, thanks Dan Pav. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. So yeah, I don't know what it is, guys, but that's a possibility. So what I've shared up to this point is the notion, maybe. It's a maybe, possibly. It's just a way to interpret what we have. Okay? That this looks like a flat. It's very extended. There's no doubt about it. It's very extended. But we're playing around. No, we moved past the 1618. We might be heading to the 2618, or we're done. It just was an extended one. And it's finished. Okay? All right, what else could this be? What else could this be? Let's zoom out and somebody mentioned ending diagonal. Let's excuse me. Let's look at the ending diagonal possibility on the 4-hour chart or 6-hour chart. Or the begin, or guys, could be a leading. I don't think it's an ending diagonal, but a leading diagonal. And I did talk about this as a possibility way back when we started going up, that it could be. So it's not, but it's one of those counts that I kind of put behind me a little bit. And I still don't like. I don't like the shape as much. But why not? Why not? The problem I have with the diagonal here is that you have to have. This thing started with 3 waves, okay? So if we started with 3 waves, we need 3 waves in the 3 and the 5, and we really don't have that. So I've got to say no to this being a diagonal. I got to say no to that because we started with 3 waves here. We got 3 waves back. Had we gone up in 3 waves, and it really just doesn't look like 3 waves. 3 waves there, 3 waves there, and then 3 waves there, like that, then that would be the shape of a diagonal, like this, okay? But this doesn't have the count of a diagonal, unfortunately. So that's my take on this right now, most likely. Okay. Yeah, I've already given that insight for the going up. Okay, so I really liked. But let me just remind you. Maybe you missed it. Okay, or maybe didn't register with you. That I really would like to see this flat play out. Okay, because it really looks like it needs to. All right. Otherwise, I don't understand this right here. I don't understand this wave right here. This flat that we got, and then a 3-wave pullback. It just doesn't make any sense. Because that looks like 3, that looks like 3, and then we got 5. Okay? And so that's a 3-wave move up to the top that took back all of this. All right? So, we got a 3 here and a 3 here. So I'd really like to see that flat play out. And what I'm saying is if this flat plays out, guys, this is a potential to be a moon boy count where we might just shoot up and go and start impulsing up to the upside again, okay? In other words, that would give our 4-hour chart a chance to reset bullishly, give us the hidden bullish diversions we like to see, boom, on that, and then up we go. Okay? So yeah, I would really like to see a sharp 5-wave pullback that takes all of this price action out, comes down here, maybe towards this range, maybe towards the bottom of this wave. That would be ideal circumstance for me, and I'd probably be longing the wave if it came down here in 5 waves that looked finished. Okay? All right, so there you go. All right, let me catch up with some of the comments here. Let's see. Yeah, SC Guitars, no problem there. I didn't think it was a flat. And going up, already answered that. Good. Can it be 5 waves up to 52K before the dump? Yeah, it can. Let me show you. Let me show you that. Let me just remove my drawings here. So 5 waves up. Now I will show you a Moon Boy count in just a minute, guys. I'll show you the Moon Boy count in just a second. But I'm still operating on the fact that, guys, number one, for me, I know guys disagree with it, but this right here was the bottom, okay? This was the end of the down move, and this is the beginning of an up move correction, okay? So, or the reaction to it. So this right here was the bottom. This wasn't the bottom. This right here is not part of this, in my opinion. This right here is part of this over here, okay? So just so you all understand, that's my bias. I could explain why and justify that. I don't have time, okay? But just know that my count for me, if you want to see my count, is that puts C, and this is ABC, and that puts C right there, and that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's the count. All right, so that's my count. A, B, C, 5 waves in C. Now we're moving up. The question is, are we going up in 3 waves or are we going up in 5 waves? Okay, so the main count, what jumps out at you is says, okay, this looks like 3 at the beginning, 3 down, so I'm looking for 5. And so in other words, I'm looking for a flat, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, I've already said that. And so, but this is why also I'm a little skeptical of the flat count. So I'm going to give you my skeptical moon boy count. It's coming up in just a second. Okay, however, I'm okay with a flat all the way up until we get to the 2618. Once we get past the 2618, if we get past the 2618, I am not going to like the flat count anymore. Now, to be honest with you, I think if we start going up to the 2618, we've kind of lost the shape here of 5 waves. To me, to be honest with you, we are in the region we need to turn around. The shape of the 5 waves is here. It looks like it's plain and clear. I've got a nice count for it. There's all kinds of reasons why. From a wave shape standpoint, I believe that this C wave should be done. However, from a fib standpoint, if I ignore the shape of the wave, ignore the wave count necessarily of the subwave count of the waves, yeah, we could get up to the 2618. It gets you up to 51K, something like that. I have no problem with that. So, it's hard to say here, guys. Hard to say. All right, here's the moon boy count, guys. Now, instead of looking at this as an A, B, let me give you the moon boy count. Everybody who's moon boy, let me know how many moon boys do I have watching. Let me know in the comments right now. Who are the moon boys and who are the bears? I try to be as neutral as I can be. I tend to lean bear, but it's okay to be a moon boy. It's okay to be a bear boy. Just make sure you use good risk management. I don't care what your Okay. Here's what I'm seeing. L-Man came in. That's not a bad idea. There's confluence there. There's confluence there with the retrace. 51K at the 618 right there. So yeah, the golden zone is right here, guys, and we're heading up to it. But we're sitting at the 50 right now. I wonder if we had a front run and we don't hit the golden zone, or this is just the first leg of 3, and we're going to get a bigger move to the downside, and then come up and hit the golden zone and then go down. So watch out for that. L-Man came in. All right, now let's talk about my moon boy count. Here it is. 9 hours later. My moon boy count. Here it comes any time now. All right. Instead of seeing this right here as 3 waves right there, here's you got to do a little finagling here, guys. Got to do a little finagling. But here it is. There's 5 waves up right there, and then I got 3 waves down. There's A, B, and that's C. A diagonal. This is a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't like that a whole lot, but still a possibility. Okay? So what is that? That would be a 1 wave right here, and this is 2. So in other words, I'm calling this a 1, 2 to the downside, or 1, 2 to the upside here. So if that's the case, we could be in the middle of the 3rd wave, and it's just not finished. It's just not finished. In fact, we'd expect to get up here at the 2618 with no problems. In fact, let me move my fibs to represent that. We have hit the 2618. We might be heading to the 3618, which is that 51.6. 51.6. Seth is a moon bear. Of course you are. Of course you are. A moon bear. Yeah. So anyway, there's the Moon Boy count, and what that would look like here on the 6-hour chart. This is 1, 2, 3, I guess, up here somewhere. 4, 5. And that'd be a 5-wave impulse. We'd expect some kind of a correction and then continuation. Or this thing just goes parabolic and we're not anywhere near done. That this is actually a 1-2 right here of the third wave. Here's the Ultra Moon Boy. This is like boom, 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 and that's just the subwave count of the third wave. So we'd actually be looking at something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's Ultra Moon Boy right there. That's Ultra Moon Boy. I can tell who's watching the lagged version of the of the live. It's funny. It's cool. All right. No, James, I've got a count that says we're finished with the 5 waves of C. I started with that. You might rewind and check that out. I spent a lot of time on that, James Jones. Andres, let's check that out. Let's check out the weekly RSI. Some of you guys look at this and you're like, oh man, I need to go long. Listen, it's just a chart and it's just lines on it. Anybody can draw lines on the chart. I'm just telling you the structures that we see and how we might interpret them. Okay? So let's check. I'm going to keep that. Let's go to my other BTC chart and check the weekly. There we go. I can draw a couple trend lines here. Coming up, just some resistance here. One might argue, though, if we draw the line this way, we have broken bullishly. So I'm not sure that the weekly is all telling right now, but certainly certainly plausible there. Good call there. MACD, pretty interesting, getting ready to cross bullishly, possibly, unless we just get that fifth. If we get that. The weekly is fairly bullish for sure, but the weekly takes days to play out. So the question is, what's it going to do right now, and in the short term, and how is it going to help me as a trader right now? If I look at the 3-day chart here, it's a little bit more. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, if I look at this a little bit more bearishly, a little on the 3-day, you can see the trend. We have broken to the upside here on the 3-day. No, I don't want to get rid of that. I just want to get rid of the line. So we had a hidden bull divergence on the 3-day chart. It was beautiful. Okay, and now we've broken to the upside. Now we haven't had any kind of retest to speak of. Okay. I haven't had any kind of retest to speak of. So we could get a wave down here, before it goes up, and that would give it a chance to do that some kind of trick here. So we could be looking at some bearishness here. It's possible. It is possible. It's not necessarily definitely going up or down. It's possible. We'll pay attention to it. Now, what is interesting to me is the 4-hour chart. So let's look at the 4-hour chart. We'll look at the RSI here in the 4-hour. Okay. On the 4-hour chart here for BTC, we're right here playing in a wedge here, playing in a tightening range here on the 4-hour chart. Either we bounce back off of this, we break through the line to the upside to break this divergence. See, we had some divergence here, which I haven't been a big fan of because of where it is on the chart, but we've had that 4-hour divergence nonetheless. Or this bounces off this and comes back down to break the low, which I would prefer that a lot better there. Okay. Yeah, Ryan. I mean, that Moon Boy idea, it could be a 1-2-1-2 for sure. There's no doubt about it. Um, yeah, thanks, Kimo. Appreciate it, man. Um, I'm just reading back through your comments, guys. Elton, that may be the case. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So let me just review my main idea that you can really be watching tonight for, and then we'll go on to some other charts. Okay. So my main idea here, that on the 15-minute chart in particular, is that we're dealing with a flat, guys. I don't know what else to do with this wave. Okay, I really don't. That this was 3, 3, and then 5. We got a 3-wave down. Okay, I thought it was going to continue down, but they after this 3-wave down, okay, they're giving us a 5-wave move up, and I think it's finished. And there's a good chance this just simply comes down impulsively in 5 waves right now. That it is possible. I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm not here to spread any FUD or do anything like that. I'm just telling you from a wave structure standpoint, from an Elliott wave standpoint, this to me is just a big extended flat that could have one more up to go, or it's done already. Okay, I like the idea of it being done already, to be honest with you. Nevertheless, if that's a big flat, then what we're looking at is a 3-wave to the downside, a 3-wave to the upside. And for me, it seems like a high probability trade that we're going to get a really big BTC move to the downside in 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'd love to see it get down here. Okay? I'd love to see it just come on down and screw everybody. Well, I don't want anybody to get screwed up, number one. But if I'm thinking like market makers, I'm thinking, yeah, let's screw everybody up. We give them a real bullish wave here. Looks like it's going, but instead it just comes on down. All right. I really like this as the next move right there. That's a high probability move as far as I can see on this chart. High probability move. Even though this is a really extended flat, I think this is a high probability move. And then from there, we know then from there we're going to get some kind of a wave that's going to start going back up. Now, in our Discord, we'll be all over that. We'll have time to talk about that. I can't guarantee I'll be here to give videos about it in a timely fashion on YouTube, guys. But if you want to be part of the Discord and have timely videos and information as you need it, as the waves are being created, you need trade ideas and daily analysis at 2 videos a day plus charts through the day or ideas or discussion in the chat. I'd love to have you part of the Discord. You can become a Patreon supporter, and we'll get you right in there to the Discord. Okay, the link is in the description. That's all I'll say anymore about the Discord. But anyway, yeah, to me that's the most imminent play that looks like it needs to happen. Now, does it have to happen? No, but the wave structure says that's likely. It's likely. The wave structure says that's a likely move. Now, I have seen Bitcoin start out looking like a three-wave move, and then it just goes bullishly to the upside continuation. In fact, the very bottom of this reversal, again, looked very, very three-wave-ish. Let me show you right down here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewind the chart just a little bit, and I'm going to show you this bottom right here on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, check it out. See this? See how this kind of started out as a three-wave move, and then a three-wave back, and so this was almost looking like a flat here, right? But what did it do? It played around for a little while and kept on going up. So there you go. I mean, that is argument against what I just said. From an Elliott wave standpoint, this should have been a 3-3-5 flat with more downside. However, what they did is they turned this into the beginning waves, the beginning stages of the next wave. This actually turned into a 1-2-1-2. Now, I could make the case that this is different. It's different on the current chart, okay? Because this wave broke the low in a flat formation. Very clear. The other one did not break the low. So I can't call this a 1-2-1-2 anymore. And I can't call this the end of a wave because it's three waves. So I'm inclined and constrained to say that's three, that's five, that's a three-wave move, that's a flat. A, B, C. And then I'm constrained with this as an A, B, C. And now I'm constrained with this as a five-wave move. That looks like it's about finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Done. Or one more hit to the high to finish the fifth wave. Hopefully I've explained that, and that is something you can watch right now. Are we going to get, between tonight and tomorrow, are we going to get a five-wave move to the downside like this? And that's going to be a larger 3, 3, 5. Flat. Ryan, I spend very little time personally on the weekly and monthly charts because of the nature of the kind of trader that I am. I do pay attention to monthly candle closes as the month gets there, but we're halfway through. I pay much more attention to a daily candle. That's about as big as personally as big as I need to look at for my TA. Okay, now I really thought that this was a fifth wave that was worthy of being a top, and that we were going to get another move, and we totally could. Before this is done, this could turn into a big red candle to the downside. So this could totally turn into a big red candle to the downside before it's all over with. But for me, Ryan, I focus in daily and lower. I hear you, Rivers. By the way, Rivers, my daughter, she just made popcorn. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, I do want some, but I'm not going to eat any on the mic. Count on the daily. Count on the daily. I thought the fifth was in right there, buddy. The fifth of C. So Andres, I was counting this as ABC, and this was the fifth of the fifth. 1, 2 is down here. This is 3, 4, and then 5. Extended fifth wave. And the fifth of the fifth was in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. That was the way I was looking at it. What count do you see this going to 20K area? Okay, all right. If you want to support a 20K idea, let's talk about that. Great question. Great question. I don't think it's the fifth of the third. If it's the third wave, SG Guitarist, we are just in the beginning stages of the third. Get some corn. All right. What was I saying? Oh, 20K. So 20K. What? You could say A, and that's a B wave, or that's a WX and a Y. Shouldn't be ABC. Should be WXY. So this gets you below 20K, buddy. Right here. If that's WXY. Now, I'm not a big fan of this count, but guys, this is ultra bear count. This gets us actually down here to 20K here if we hit the 786. Something like that. Now, we got a really shallow X wave if that's the case, but it did come to the 50, so it's possible. The other possibility is that this X wave here gets more complex and comes up here. Okay. And that it moves us up here where the 1-to-1 gets us to 20K. So in other words, we get some kind of a WXY right here. And this is the count that I kind of like right here. I kind of like this count, Christoph. So great question, Mr. Banks. Cheers. All right, so there's possibility right there. That's the bearish count. I've given the Ultra Moon Boy count, okay, and then I've given everything in between. So, do I know what's going to happen? No, I'm not here to tell you what's definitely going to happen. What do I think is going to happen in the intermediate term? This right here. I think. Well, no, that's my Ultra Moon Boy count. Sorry, not that. I'm not inclined to that count right now yet. But what I think here on the 30-minute chart is this is an A and that's a B wave right here. That's a flat B wave, and now we're looking for C down, and we're going to come down. Once it starts going down, it's going to come down relatively quickly. So once it starts coming, boom, 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 something like that. Some kind of... the only problem I have with the triangle count here, if this is the beginning of triangle, if you're talking about triangle right here, this has come past the 786 retrace. So I would be less inclined. I'm less inclined to look at that as a triangle, but certainly possible. This could flag out as a triangle. Is that what you mean? Something like this? That is followed by up. James, I know you're probably lagging. I'm just reading your chat, so you might just let me know. I don't know what time frame you're talking about on your count. From where do you start the count? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at the idea as this being a triangle. Could this be a triangle on the daily? Um, Probably not. It's going to take too long. Too much time is taken up. So for this to be a triangle. Okay. Let me teach you about a triangle, guys. Uh, Triangle generally makes a converging shape, like so, like that. All right. And basically it's counted as A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, it's 5 waves, and each of those 5 waves has 3 waves in it. A, B, C, 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 or WXYs, or some variation. And each subsequent wave comes, generally speaking, to the 786 retrace of the previous wave. So you see how this one came to the 786 of that wave there. So if I pull the retrace again on this wave here, you'll notice that this wave came to the or should come up to the 786 of that wave right there. And so on the bottom. So that's a triangle, and we just really don't have that shape working. This doesn't come up high enough on the retrace. It would have to get all the way up in 3 waves to the 786. So in order to do that, we would have to come down in 3 and then go up in 3 again to get up to the 786. And man, would that be a forever market? I mean, I imagine that's a possibility. Let me get rid of all this stuff here. But you'd have to look at this as A, and then that B, C, D, E, and this thing is going to last for all the way into September of 2022, which I doubt. And that's just too much for me. It's too much speculation there. So that would take too long to play out as a big triangle, and but if it is, then we could go up. We could go up higher. We'd still only be looking at like 80K or something like that. Yeah, I agree. That would just take too long, in my opinion. I think this is complex enough. Either it's moon boy count, or we're going to get a little bit more complexity to the downside. All right, ETH is feeling neglected. All right, let's look at ETH. Ugh. Let me just check something real fast, guys. Okay, ETH did break the top barely here. What I don't like here, when I usually see this, I think bullish. Actually, I don't think bearish, unless this comes down with some power and gives me some kind of a big move down, and then I think bullish after that probably. So just looking at that wave shape, I was really happy with this being a top right here. I liked this being a 4th wave right there, and that being the 5th. Okay, but now I don't like this structure for down. At least it's very cryptic for down. This is very stop punish. It it seems very manipulated to me. A 4-hour chart. Look at ETH here. It's just been oscillating down, and now look at the price. Look what price has been doing. That's technically actually a very bullish sentiment right there. that BTC has been making lower lows on the RSI, but higher lows on price, and that's actually hidden bullish divergence. Now, it is in the middle of nowhere, and I would love to see the RSI reset, and I'd like to see the RSI tank from here and reset down here, and give me some bullish divergence and a reason to get long again. Okay, I need a correction big enough here for a reason to get long enough, and so I really would like to see a down move that's pretty sharp and fast. To be honest with you, I thought that's what we were getting here, the beginning of this wave right here. I thought we were getting something like that. Then I was going to be looking for a potential long after that. So the fact that that's not playing out, it's kind of a bummer. There. But that's what I would like to see. I'm not seeing it. So what am I seeing? Well, I'm seeing on the 4-hour, I'm seeing RSI that's moving to the upside bullishly. Okay, I'm seeing a RSI line here that we're now retesting. Is it going to bounce off of it and come back down, or is it going to break through this line? Now, if it breaks through this line, guys, that's going to be a bullish sentiment. Okay, that's going to be bullish sentiment where it could continue on up. But if it bounces off and comes on down, then I would like that better to the downside to reset, get price down here. Okay, and that would give us the hidden bull that we're looking for another upward move. Okay. Now, last week I shared a chart for ETH that I really like, and to be honest with you, I would love, because I haven't been honest with you up to this point. Now I'm going to be really honest with you. I'd really like this to play out. This happens a lot. Okay. I would like to see this wave have a nice big correction like this. And then I'd like to see it go up in 3 waves again and break the top. And then after that correction, so after that play right there, I would expect some kind of a move like that. Maybe not that deep, maybe that deep. Something like that, and with continuation to the upside. And that would be the Ultra Moon Boy count for Ethereum. So I really think we could be in the position to be making a large correction to the downside right now, like this. It may or may not play. I can't say. But if that happened, I would then be looking for some kind of a 3-wave. I'd be looking for a reset of the RSI. Okay. All right. And that would be had a hidden bullish divergence, and then go up in 3 waves again to break the top. Let me show you where that's played out on another chart, on the ETH chart. Right here. Okay, down move. Okay, then we had the big 3 waves, but it got extended, and then it came down again. Now that's pretty challenging right there. The other way to look at that is this was 3 waves there. I was looking at this as a diagonal before. I forget what I was doing. Yeah, I was looking at that as a diagonal. Yeah, I'll look at XRP in just a minute, guys. But right here, this kind of went up in 3-wave fashion. Then it came down in 3-wave, and then it kind of went back up in 3 waves, broke that high, and then came down quick like that. That's kind of what I'm talking about right there on the larger scale. But it's a much larger wave. So what I would ideally like to see is a nice correction like this. Okay, and then another move to the upside that comes and breaks the high, and then another down before more up. and that'd be really, really bullish movement. Ethereum, that'd be nice growth, a nice movement, nice bullish pattern there for Ethereum to play. I like that count a lot. Oh man, my back. All right. What else here? Let's look at small time frame of ETH here. So small time frame, I really, we had a flat. Let me show you what I was looking at here down here. I was really looking at this as a flat, guys. I mean, it looks so powerful. I had a 3-wave there. I had a 3-wave there. I was expecting a 5-wave and then a dump after that. And what it's done is it's gone up extremely high. This was the 2618 of ETH. It's gone up way past the 2618, which is past my comfortability of this being a flat, right? But it still has the shape down here of the beginning of a flat. It just is extended, beyond what we imagined or expected. Okay, so it's kind of a bummer, to be honest with you. What I'm noticing here on the 5-minute chart, just FYI, just to show you something, that this is kind of coming down and resetting the RSI bullishly here. Okay, this might get down here like this and then want to go up again. Okay, if this comes down like this, it might come down here and then want to go back up because this is kind of coming down in a bullish pattern. It's a hidden bullish looking pattern that's being played out right there. Okay, there is no real divergence to speak of on the 15-minute chart. There's some divergence right there and there. There is some divergence, but it's not the kind I like to speak about. But I wouldn't mind seeing this come down, reset bullishly, maybe off of that give us that divergence right here, and then hit another high. That's a possibility. I'd love for this to be a top. Ultimately, that's just a top, and it did break the high. Okay, but ideally, I'd love for this to be a top, and that this would be a 3-wave down. That's just a really big 3-wave up, and now we're going to get maybe a really bullish wave to the downside, a 5-wave move to the downside. So, and that would correlate with Bitcoin's 5-wave move. No, I didn't get any popcorn yet. I don't want to eat it because it'll crunch in your ears, and that's rude. Okay, let's look at a couple of the other alts and see if there's any clarity here. I don't have any clarity here, guys. Just waiting and looking at waves like you're looking at them. ETH looks more bullish than Bitcoin does. Bitcoin right now still could be, on the small time frame, still could be playing that flat. And I really think it needs to play that flat for this wave structure to play out and finish. So that's ultimately my best idea. I'd like to see that start to play. We're at a time frame right now at 2100 hours where I usually see some kind of a pivot in the market. So hopefully we get a pivot in the market tonight right here about 2100 or 2130 my time. So I spent a lot of time on BTC. 45 minutes or more. So you really ought to just back it up and check it out, Mr. Kosak, however you say that. But let's look at some alts now. Let's look at XRP. And if anybody else can help him with the question, that'd be fantastic. Other than that, you can just rewind it. Let's look at XRP, ETHBTC. Now, what's interesting about ETHBTC here is we had kind of a triangle pattern on the 10-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute chart here. Okay, and we broke out of it. Now we're breaking back into it. So I'm wondering if that's going to have any kind of play there. Okay, so let's look at XRP now off of this chart here and see what XRP is doing. Um, so XRP is really giving us an impulsive look rather than on this wave here on the 12 hour, rather than a corrective look. It looks like a flat though at the bottom because it looks like it started with three waves and then another three waves to the downside, and this has come up extended to the 3618. Now, that's bigger than any flat that I've ever seen, and generally speaking, I mean that's just that's unheard of. This is as far as that's concerned. So what is this? Well, it started with three waves and then three waves back. So you want to say it's a flat, right? Other than that, what you have to do is you just gotta kind of have to ignore that last wave here, this last dip to the low. Ignore it as a truncated fifth wave of something, and then start your count. Unfortunately, you got to start your count to make sense of this wave right here, and call this a 1, 2, which would put this third wave up here, right here at the top, and that's why we're oversold, and this makes sense. So we got a 1 and a 2. Okay, this could be 3. It may or may not be finished. Okay, 3 may or may not be finished. It might have a little bit more upside to go. Get up there to about 140, 139 to 140 in that ballpark, and then have a fourth wave and then a fifth wave, and that would be 5 waves to the upside. So that's a possibility. What that might do then is that if we get the third wave, the fourth wave correction in, this comes up, doesn't make a higher high, while price does make a higher high, gives you divergence, and that'll give a clear profit taking signal for at least a three wave move to the downside at minimum. So that's the way XRP looks. That's the only way I can make sense of this wave as an impulse. That is a 12-hour chart. That's 12-hour analysis. That means all of this to play out is going to take months to play out. Let's look at ADA as well. ADA. Yeah, see, so ADA looks as much like a flat as any of them, and you really got a nice extended wave. We come up here to the 2618. It could be finished, and we got a wave down here. Then we got a B wave flat here, and then what I'm looking for on the larger time frame is a big dump sell off, a C wave. That would be 5 waves. Now that's a possible interpretation of what we have going on here. I really like that a lot for a lot of ways. Now that's the bearish count. Now let me give you the bullish count. Okay, the bullish count says this was all the correction that we're going to get right here. That was the correction right there. This is a 1 wave followed by a 2 wave. Okay, we had a leading diagonal in the 1 wave. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3-wave pullback, and now we're in the middle of the third wave and we haven't even finished it. Means we have much more upside to go. That's the bullish count. That would finish us as the third wave. We'd get some kind of a sideways fourth wave and then a fifth wave to the upside. We'd have all-time highs, or at least break the last high, local high, get up to $2.5, $3. We can all crunch the popcorn together. Yep. Okay, I haven't. I used to be an LTC lover. I've since thrown it to the curb. But let me look at LTC and see what LTC is doing. Wow, LTC is just lagging so much. Has very little bullishness to it at all. Looks very much LTC. Oops, sorry. Is it's going, but it's going super slow. It has no momentum at all. Okay, it looks like we have the flat. We're past the 1618. We're at the area where I expect it. I would expect it to come on down. It looks like we had a five-wave finish. That I really like this as the 1 through 4, and then the fifth wave right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A nice ending diagonal, something like that maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That just finished, and then maybe down. Okay, 3 waves down, maybe, and then an up wave. So I mean that would be, guys. This is what I'm really thinking we need in the market. To be honest with you, I'm thinking this is what we need. That the ultra moon boy count isn't going to play out. That we need some kind of a larger correction like this. I don't know about the ultra moon boy count right now. I'm having a hard time with it, but it could play. Totally could play. Um, so we're at a critical moment here that where now an argument against this being well, let me look at a different time frame here. There it is. We do have divergence on this time frame. Okay. So we see the 6 hour, the 4 hour. We've got divergence here between this wave and this wave. So I'd really like to see this come on down here. I really would. Yeah. Oh, look at this play in a triangle right here. So what's this going to do? Is this going to bust out to the upside or break down to the downside? Only time will tell, won't it? Only time will tell. So LTC's playing in a nice little triangular thing there. I really thought this was going to break to the downside and keep rocking with all that divergence we got on the chart. But man, it made a higher high, and I still think that flat that I shared in BTC needs to play. 15-minute flat that I was talking about. I don't know, but I'm just compelled by this, guys. This compels me. My favorite idea that I've shared tonight is this one right here. It might be wrong. It might totally be wrong, but this count compels me for BTC tonight and tomorrow. So I keep going back to that, guys. But they're playing with it right now. I think the market makers are watching my channel and find out what I'm saying. Not. Yeah, let's check Doge, and you're welcome, Mr. Guitarist. Ryan, yeah, I'll look at SOL maybe shortly if I have time. Kind of tired, guys. Kind of tired. I've been looking at charts all day, and I don't know. I feel like a chart boy sometimes. See, Doge has the same pattern. They all do. They all have the same pattern here. They got the three wave shape here, except Doge, it's given the we're only at the 1414. Okay, so this is really, this could get more extended, but we have the 1414 here. On the 4 hour, we also have a bearish divergence here between the third and the fifth wave. This could totally be some kind of an ABC that's finished. But we know they can extend it all they want. But my inclination is we need some kind of a move back down. Okay, some kind of a 4 hour move back down. Give us the hidden bullish divergence with continuation. I would be more bullish if we would get a wave like that. I really would. If we'd get some kind of a corrective wave down to the downside, something like this. Okay, I'd actually, if it reset bullishly in the RSI, I'd be much more bullish than I am right now. but I just feel like we're reaching a top. That today's move was a money grab. So anyway, all right. Let me check SOL here for a second. Yeah, that's super ugly. 3. This looks more like a 1-2-1-2. It's way past the 1-6-1-8 right here. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm tired. I think that's all I got in me. Thanks for. Hey, Edward, how's it going? Signal coin. Hope you guys are. Hope you guys enjoyed the live. Thanks for stopping by. Um, yeah, SOL looks a bit bullish, but it also has the potential to be a flat. So be careful. Um, boom, 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 like that. So yeah, I just did LTC. Just looked at it. Um, so uh, this is. I'm not going to take any more requests, guys. I'll do Neo, but that's it, guys. That's all I have time for. But looking at Neo on the stocks, it has much the look of. It's been someone has noted that BTC has the same look, but it's ahead, and you can see how we had the flat in here, and now we're heading down. And so this is the wave that's yet to be made for Bitcoin, and that it's several months ahead. That it looks like we're heading that way. So some people have looked at that. Now Neo did come back to the golden zone retrace. Okay, it retraced here to the golden zone. So Bitcoin has yet to finish getting to the golden zone. It's about 51. So one argument um, that Neo is leading the way for Bitcoin. So and it might be telling the story for sure. Yeah, Shy in our group saw that. So and who knows where he saw it. So anyway, with that said, that's a possibility, guys. So we might be heading up here to 51, 51, 52, and that's the place where we turn around. But I have a count that says, hey, maybe this is the end. But if this pulls back on the 15-minute time frame bullishly, then I might consider a long. But right now, this is no area for me to be longing the charts. So. All right, guys. I hope y'all have a fantastic evening. It looks like I don't know. It looks like Ethereum is just kind of making a little triangular shape. I don't think it's a triangle. I think it could be a bunch of 1-2s setting up for the downside. Who knows? So just be careful in this market. Lots of whales around, guys. Um, uh, 654 likes. I don't think so. Not that many people like my stuff, man, but I'm glad you guys do. Thank you for hanging in here and being part of the Sunday night charts. I'm going to get a little nap or something, lay down. I don't know. Watch a movie, get some popcorn, and watch some charts and see what's going on. Hope you guys have a fan. Oh, there is 654 likes. Whoa. I wonder who's doing all that liking. Well, thank you, everyone. It's only 721, it's 658 likes. Somebody's pumping the algo, baby. Somebody's doing it. I have no idea how many. Y'all have a great night. Thanks again for all the likes. I appreciate it. Must be a bot. Yeah, probably. It's not my bot, but it's liking the channel. So anyway, all right, guys. Y'all have a great night. Thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all. I'll probably make a new video tomorrow, guys, once we see what this wave does. But if you want, daily access to me and my thoughts twice a day at least, plus some interchange throughout the Discord, and love for you to have you in the Discord. So come on in. It'd be a great part of it. Still middle of the month. You get a lot of value for this month to get started. With that said, have a great night. Thanks again, guys. Bye-bye.